Hey guys, how are y'all today? Sunday morning. You know who's out recovering. I dodged a bullet on this truck, looks like. I've been still out here working around with these fuel system issues, and I couldn't get this pump to work. This is a new pump I had on here, you might have seen in the other videos. Couldn't get it to work, and so I took that off. Well, what I did, the first thing is what you see there, I have a little small container of gasoline just going directly into the pump, and I tried that and I couldn't get it to do anything at all. So I took that pump off, and I had another used pump over here. I didn't know if it's any good or not. Turns out I don't think it is, but I tried that, no go. So I took that pump back off first thing this morning and contorted myself, got up here actually on the front of the truck and just went on my head in here with my flashlight so I could look in there and see that eccentric. That's just a little piece of metal that's mounted on the front of the cam gear. And I used, let's see, where's that? There it is. What I did was I've got my jumper wire here so I can run the starter without having to go in there. And I just took this screwdriver, large screwdriver, and stuck in the hole down there and kind of held it down a little bit so I could feel when that eccentric came around, because I wanted to look at the top of it. It's like a cam lobe. So I wanted to see if it was worn down, and the good news was it was not worn down at all. The eccentric looks fine. So, you know, that eliminates that. It means the front of the engine won't have to come off, thankfully. So I decided that I would try this pump here. I got it out and got that gas container out and everything, hooked the lines up and worked it by hand, and it pumped gas. So I thought, well, you know, if it's going to do that, if it's going to work like that and the eccentric's working, there's no reason in the world this thing should not work. So I left the engine turned around with the eccentric down, pushing down on the, you know, the little actuator rod there, because I want to make sure that I was under the eccentric. You know, I guess there's a way you could put these in and it's off or whatever. It may not be, maybe riding on top of the eccentric, and that won't work. So I did that, and it was a struggle to get the pump back in, and it was, the further I tightened it, it was still kind of trying to spurt some gas out. So I knew I was right this time. It could have been my fault putting the pump in the wrong way, but let's check this thing out. Let's show you what we got here. Alright, down in there, you can, well, let's see, where's that good spot going to be? I guess right down there too. Alright. Well, that's what you want. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that fuel jug there that I got, the temporary jug, and I'm going to run the new well, I'll put a new rubber line. That's the regular gas line from the truck. I'm going to reconnect that right down in there and see if I get it to do the same thing, and if that's it, that's it. So go from there. But I do have some bad news on this. I spent part of yesterday, and I guess I'll have to spend part of today walking the yard out here looking for the ignition key, because I did something kind of stupid. It was an accident, but it was still stupid. When I had the mower out here, got to mow the grass last weekend, I put the keys in my pocket, and these are these sweatpant things, and stuff tends to fall out fall out of them. And somewhere the ignition keys fell out of my pocket while I was mowing the grass, and I guess you can kind of imagine what's the result of that. I found the tag to it. There's a little tag on it. I found it over here, and then somewhere else I found the ring that held the two keys on it. It's one of those little cheap dealer tag things, but I still haven't found the keys. So that was after I turned the house over looking for them, and I realized where they were probably at. And this is a little this This is a little something I made before I realized that those keys are brass and they're not going to be attracted to a magnet. So I was dragging the yard with this thing, trying to find the keys. So I'll spend some time looking for the keys. Hopefully I'll find them. I'm pretty sure they're over here somewhere. I just hope they didn't go over there. That mower really doesn't throw stuff too much. I mowed this part over here last. So if anybody wants to come out and help me look for them, you're more than welcome. I wish I'd just at least find the ignition key that it's not bent, because the door key, I don't worry about that so much. But alright, well, I know you guys don't want to be doing this, so I'm gonna get back to work on this. Talk to you later.